What is up, ladies and gentlemen? OuterX Nation here. I'm that recently rebooted channel that's uploaded anime for a few days, and I have plans to really change that. Anime will still be uploaded whenever possible, but there's going to be chapter reviews for manga, anime reviews once series start ending, or I want to review specific episodes. Or I'm going to be uploading vlogs or gameplay when I get the software, which might not be for a few months. Today, I'm going to be bringing a review for the recently added chapter 34 of DanMachi, or Dungeon Girl, otherwise also known as Is It Wrong to Pick Up Chicks in a Dungeon? The chapter's name is Party Play, and it really seems misleading at first, but it further adds to the plot. A lot of the plot surrounding Lili and Belle, and we learn a lot more about the Soma Familia and what it takes to actually leave a Familia and join another. Starting off, we see Lili with a new beast form, pretty much. She changes her animal ears and tail to something else, like they're more pointed. I don't know the species, but she's no longer covering her head, she's walking around with her tail out, and she's mostly doing it to have the Soma Familia assume she's dead so they won't harass her anymore for money, since they're all desperate to get that perfect alcohol that their god is promising. But we see them in the dungeon, Belle and Lili, and your first thoughts will be, what happened to the training with Ais? Well, apparently it was like a day after or something when they go into the dungeon, and one of Lili's first comments is, "You looked exhausted when you first entered this dungeon, or even beat up," and Belle remembers the training and how intense Ais got. What he didn't know is, but despite all of his suckiness and trying to train with Ais, he's been learning a lot, and he hasn't been discouraged one bit. Sure, she's technically a monster compared to him, because she's a level 5 adventurer, and he's only level 1, quickly approaching level 2. But he's still nowhere near her strength. Soon after they get done talking, and after Belle really wants to pet the tail that wags after he compliments Lili over her ears and how natural she looks with them, and they're cute, they get surrounded by imps and everything, and they start fighting, and they're really slow compared to Ais, and pretty much it's like similar to Rosario plus Vampire Season 2, the manga, where Skune gets trained by Inner Mocha, and once he's done with that, the movements of everyone else seem a lot slower when he's fighting them, and the same's happening for Belle. The imps are moving a lot slower. He even says, "You're too slow," when he attacks one of them, and he's just destroying all of them like a total badass. But still, there's a lot of imps, and he gets surrounded. But Lili, she doesn't hang back. She says, "Hanging back won't get any credit, will it?" And she pulls out a crossbow on her arm and starts sniping all of them. Imps start attacking her. What does she do? She pulls out a bomb of smoke and everything, and it's like a poisonous one. It kills the imp. Well, it doesn't kill the imp. It stuns it, and I'm presuming it's taking down its health. Belle rushes in after holding his breath, slices the thing to pieces, and they start watching each other's backs again and all that. Belle puts away his knives, all badass, like all anime characters have. Some anime characters have to be. And he says, "I think I've been relying on you too much." So orcs come down, so we have to assume they're past floor 10, maybe floor 11 or 12, and they're quickly working their way down, but orcs and imps come out in a gigantic group, and they're marching towards them. Belle, raising his hand, much like so, fires off a gigantic firebolt and slaughters their butts. There's nothing left, and of course, Lili's in awe, complimenting him and about his status and how quickly he's growing. That gives Belle the curious thought of, "Lili, what about you? We learned that supporters have statuses that they get from there, but the Soma Familia is unique because you have to meet your daily quota of money earned in order to have your status updated." So Lili hasn't had her status updated in over half a year. And we learn that you have to have that status removed by the same god who gave it to you in order to leave that Familia and then go join someone else's. Because Bell invited Lily to join his. He welcomed her there, but for the Soma Familia, you had to reach a certain amount of money and then go talk to the god. But Lily didn't want to go through the whole hassle and didn't want to burden Belle, so she decided to lay low instead. And she also then started talking about how she pickpocketed and stole and did all of this, and she was getting really depressed and saying Belle has to hate her. And what does Belle do? He does the classic main character pick up chicks thing, and I don't hate you. I like you, Lily, and everything. And that just gets her face a tomato color. And you're standing on edge, and she's just like, what? Did I hear correctly? And it's funny because just the reaction she gave, it's ultimately adorable for Lily. She's just progressively gotten more and more adorable as the story goes on, and she's getting up there with Seer and Ais and Hestia. It's just hilarious, cute, and actually, it adds on to the whole. It seems cliche on some parts, but despite the cliche, we don't exactly know what they're doing with this series, and it really interests all of us fellow manga readers. That's why we stick around. In the end, you hear Lily go, Belle's voice is like a bell ringing in my heart, and she's just smiling, and she walks off all happy, and they're still in the dungeon, but then they leave it open. I'm assuming next chapter will have the Minotaur, or hopefully leading up to events where Belle has to face down the Minotaur and conquer that wall that's been holding him back, so he can further go towards his goal of becoming a hero and becoming more like Ais in terms of strength and all of that. So, we have something to look forward to within the next few weeks. I'm starting to see a pattern. They might start releasing every so often near chapters, but other than that, that's about it. This has been Ais Nation. See ya!